So welcome to my channel. My name's Aidan. I live in Leeds. So fingers crossed everything's going to be okay. Thank you first of all, Sarah Sparkles, for sending me a high five award. So thank you so much. So this one tonight then, we're going to be making a cinnamon lamb ragu. Okay, and this has rigatoni pasta. So rigatoni is a type of pasta that we've got here. So we're only actually going to be using 200 grams of this, I think. Yeah, 200. Let me just check. Yeah, 200 grams of rigatoni pasta, and it goes with 200 grams of lamb mince. Okay, so that's what we're going to be making. Now, I don't have any onions. This does ask for onions, so what I'm going to use instead is many years ago, and we got her on camera, didn't we? When and met her mum, and they were there and were talking to her when we were on camera. That was the talk. No, not the the talk to Yorkshire in Birstall. So yeah, um, so that's what's happened this weekend. So we're going to use a shallot instead of onions. How's the connection, guys? Let me know how it is in the chat. And then what else are you going to need for this? We're going to need onion. You're going to need a carrot. So we've got a carrot here, a very funny looking carrot. Okay, you're going to need some garlic. So I've got some garlic here. Hi Anne, thank you for coming in. And then we're going to also need some tomato puree. So we've got some tomato puree, and you're going to need some finely chopped tomatoes. I've got here a chunky chopped tomatoes, and your cheesecake looked amazing. Did your mum enjoy the cheesecake? And this is in a rich tomato juice. Okay, so chopped tomatoes. You could technically use the dicer if you wanted to, if you've got loads of tomatoes, and use the dicer to chop up loads of tomatoes. But you actually need, well, I'm probably going to use the whole lot. I'm not sure if you do need the whole lot. It says one sachet. I think it's usually about 400 grams. 400 grams of tomatoes. So that's what we've got here. We'll use the whole tin because I don't know about you. Is if you've ever got food, you've opened it, and the recipe says use only half or 3/4. You're there wasting a load of food. You might as well just use what you have, and you can always add extras to it, like an extra garlic, to sort of counteract the extra flavour, the extra amount of tomatoes. Okay. Hello, Sarah. I was just saying thank you so much for the high five award earlier on. That was amazing. Hello, Alexis. Thanks for coming in. So yeah, we're doing a pasta dish. I thought we'll do something a bit different. I've made this before. Most recipes I have made before. Although I realised only a couple of weeks ago that the HelloFresh app has a recipe hub. So all the recipes are on the app. So you don't always have to order the recipes. You can skip the recipes, and then you get access to their sort of library of recipes. So I'm going to have a really good route through their hub and see what recipes over the next coming weeks. Because HelloFresh is okay, it's reasonable, but it's better really for the meals, because the meals are there, you get all the food. That's the only benefit of paying for HelloFresh, but you get free access anyway if you have an account to their library. So we'll try and do a few more different recipes over the next coming weeks and months, as well as the Simply Cook as well. So shall we make a start then? Yeah, so if you want any discount, links in the bio, click on it, click on your country, get your discount. You don't have to have them every week. Skip them if you don't like a particular type of meal. They do other things like vegan food as well. There's meat dishes, you name it. Have a look on there, get your discount, and give it a try. So let's make a start. Please try and read the comments when you ask a question. I shall try my best, Dan, but you know what I'm like. But I do always read the comments though afterwards. So, but I do frost, this will be okay. Okay, so I've got a chopping board. First thing we're going to do then is we're going to prepare our meal. So you want to half peel and chop the onion. So as I say, I'm going to use a shallot. So we chop off the ends, nice and simple. And then we're going to chop this. Hopefully these are all right. Oh dear, this doesn't sound good. I've got some fresh ones in case this doesn't look right in the middle. Okay, that's not too bad. As I say, I'm using shallots because I don't have any onions. Oh dear, what's happening with the connection? Keep me posted, guys, with what happens. I might use two actually. So we're just going to get a bowl and put everything into here. So hopefully we've had a nice day, or we're having a nice day. Let me know what you've been up to, and I will try and read the comments. Sarah's laughing. So just chop this through, just like that. Yeah, we'll do another one. I can need half of another one. I think this one's going to be a bit... Oh, it's not too bad actually. Oh, maybe not. It's gone a bit funny at the end. Oh, yeah, it's starting to change that. But we can use the rest of it. Still got some of the soup that I made on Saturday in the fridge. I didn't freeze it. So, yeah, this one's a bit funny. Hopefully it's going to be alright. But I don't like to waste food when it's perfectly fine. Although it's not too bad. Okay, so we'll put this in here. It smells alright. And then we'll just do this one as well. I already chopped the end off that one. Okay, I'm not seeing any comments now. I don't know what's going on. So chop all these up. I'll do it that way. Okay, so that's our onions. Okay. Oh, the connections. What is going on today? Can you all see now? Are we all okay now, guys? Can you all see me? So I'm going to put these onions to one side because the next thing we need to do is the carrots. Okay, so we're going to chop the ends off the carrots. Just like that. It says trim the carrot and half lengthways, no need to peel, and slice lengthways. So half lengthways. I'm just going to cut these up a little bit smaller, okay? Oh, thanks, Alexis, thank you. So half lengthways, don't need to peel them. Okay, and then we're going to slice lengthways into thin strips. Okay, so yeah. Remember to hold the knife. Don't need to let the knife work for you. And put them to one side. And then we're going to do this one as well. Am I doing it correctly, Alexis? How am I doing? Not like that. Okay, so we've got our chopped carrots. Okay. I'm not doing it correctly. Oh dear. I'm being told off. Told off. Okay, so okay, and then we need to peel and grate some garlic. We can do that in the pan. Okay, so we've got our onions and our carrots. Let's put all these in together. Just like that. So let me know what your favourite pasta dish is as well in the chat. Okay, so we've got our carrots and our onions. It drives me nuts. I know it does, Alexis. I do know. Okay, so next thing we're going to do then, we're going to bring a saucepan of water to the boil for the pasta. Now we're going to be using 200 grams of rigatoni pasta. So this is rigatoni pasta. So we're going to just measure this out. I'm going to put this onto. I can put this straight into the pan. Actually, it should go into hot boiling water. But what we can do, change the unit so it's on grams. We use grams over here. Alexis says angel hair pasta with shrimp and scallops into garlic sauce. Well, that sounds really nice. Oh, I could just eat some of that now. So we're going to put 200 grams in here. Let me know if you've ever made pasta yourself. Okay, a few of these there. Oh, that's spot on with 200. Okay, so we've got 200 grams of pasta. I'm going to keep the scales out because I need to measure the lamb mince. So bring the saucepan of water to the boil for the pasta. Heat a drizzle of oil in a large frying pan and then medium heat. So we're going to add some water. So this is hot boiling water, which I'm going to put right over the pasta. So this is already boiled. I'm going to pop this onto the. I need to add some salt into here as well. And then we're going to pop this straight onto the hob. So the more salt, the better for pasta. I'm going to pop that on the hob, and that's going to start to boil away. Okay. So that's a little cheat there, is to put hot boiling water in. If it was, you can't do that with just normal warm water, and you can't do it with just cold water. Always make sure the water is boiling first. But to get round that, you can add hot boiling water to it, as long as it goes straight onto a pan. And I put a lid over it, or a steamer, like my steamer here. So I put that over, and it'll just heat up a lot quicker then, and it will cook. Okay, so next thing that we're going to do then is let's bring you back up. I'm going to spin you around. Fingers crossed you can all see. I'm glad I cleaned this out. I thought I hadn't cleaned it. I had. So we're going to get the scales again, and we need to measure out. It says here a drizzle of oil, so let's get this on. Okay, this is already on. Good. We're going to add a little bit of oil into this pan, or a frying pan, just like that. Okay, chicken with penne pasta, Mariana, and topped with parmesan crumbs. Oh, hello Darby, thanks for coming in. So we're going to let that heat up. We're going to measure out our lamb mince, because we need exactly 200 grams. Let me just change my scales. Okay, so you want 200 grams of lamb mince. So I'm using British lamb mince, and we want 200 grams. So you won't be able to see this, but I'm going to take this out and just measure this. Pop it onto the plate. And exactly 200 grams is enough. Nearly there. Perfect. And then the rest of this lamb we're going to be using another day, probably tomorrow, to make lamb harissa tacos. I think it is tacos. So just give my hands a wash. Okay. And I can put my scales away. So turn that off. Like that. Okay, and so next thing then, heat the oil in the medium-high heat pan. Once hot, we're going to add the lamb mince, cook until golden brown all over, 4 to 5 minutes, using a spoon to break it up as it cooks. Then we add the onion and the carrot, cook until they're beginning to soften for 4 to 5 minutes. Then add the garlic, the tomato puree, and cook, stirring for 1 minute. Okay. Are we all okay, guys? Can you all hear me loud and clear before we start? This is getting hot. I hope you've all had a nice weekend. Let me know what you've been doing this weekend. This does take a little while just to heat up. So do let me know what you've been up to this weekend. And hopefully you enjoyed the animal quiz this morning. If you've not watched it, go and watch it back. It was very, very good. So we're just going to wait for that to heat up. Let's check on the pasta. Yeah, the pasta's cooking. The pasta only takes... let me check how long. Oh, pasta takes... yeah, it actually says add the salt into the boiling water and then the rigatoni. Bring a saucepan of water to the boil. So if you weren't adding hot boiling water, you would just let the water start to boil now. Because after we've added, because the pasta might be ready before the actual meat's done. Okay. Can you all hear me, guys? What's going on today? Trying to move you a little bit. Just checking the connection. Yeah, so section 4, we're only on section 2, would be to cook the pasta. So you don't actually, the pasta only takes 12 minutes. But if you drain it, you can always put it then back on in the pan, as long as it's covered, because pasta doesn't take long to cook. Okay, I think we're okay now. Okay, we're going to start to add in the mince. So let's add this in. Just get a wooden spoon. It will obviously sizzle. It's starting to sizzle now, that's good. Now it's already broken up because I left it out at room temperature. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you. You've had to take Kitty out to get her stitches. Ooh. Hopefully she'll be all right. Okay, so we've broken that up. That's fine. But lamb mince going in there. So yeah, 4 to 5 minutes for the lamb. And then we're going to add in the onions and the carrot. You wanted the exact measurements. So the onions or the shallots, which I'm using, is 1 onion. This is for two portions. So it's 1 onion, 1 carrot. You want 1 garlic clove, 200 grams of lamb mince. We're going to use some tomato puree, 1 carton of finely chopped tomatoes. So we're using 400 grams. We're going to use probably about a tablespoon of cinnamon, 150 millilitres of water, which we're going to use for the sauce, 200 grams of rigatoni pasta. We also need some parsley, which we're going to add, my fresh herbs that I've been growing. And then it says feta cheese. Now, I won't be using feta cheese, we're just going to use normal cheese, so sort of cheddar cheese, which will go on the top instead of feta cheese. Okay. And this portion size is enough. This is what they recommend you having. So only 200 grams of mincemeat, lamb mince. So just breaking that up. Don't forget it's Salad Saturday on this Saturday coming up. I'm going to be doing a Santa Fe salad, which I'm really looking forward to. But I'll have to go and get the ingredients. Possibly Wednesday or Thursday. Try and keep it as fresh as possible. So this is cooking up nicely. So I just wait until there's no pink bits, then I'm going to add it. In fact, let's start to add in the carrots. So, well, I cook until it's golden brown. So I'll just wait until there's no pink bits. And then I will add the carrots. Okay. Well, okay, guys, you've all gone very quiet. Lamb's quite fatty anyway, so when you think about it, you don't actually need to add a lot of oil to the pan, because oil, when you're using lamb, it does contain quite a lot of fat, unless obviously the mincemeat you're using doesn't have a lot of fat. Okay. So there's no pink bits. Just get rid of all them pink bits. Sometimes they go up the side of the pan. And once your pan's got quite hot, like this one I'm using, it heats up very. It takes a while to heat up, but once it gets there, it keeps its heat. So I'm going to turn my pan down a bit, which is good. It's very efficient. I think that's what I like about a lot of cast iron pans. It's not something I would ever really have thought of using. But now once you start using them, you think, well, for all the other pans that you've had, it's definitely worth investing into. So now we're going to add the onions and the carrots. So let's add all these in. Or shallots, should I say. So mix all that in. Hopefully you can all see that. I should have chopped the carrots up a little bit smaller, but it doesn't matter. And then we're going to cook this for 4 to 5 minutes before we're going to add in some garlic and some tomato puree. And this is what's going to create the ragu. Actually go in there. I won't be able to chop these carrots a little bit smaller, but the hands are clean, guys. I'm just cutting up some of these large carrots that chop them up a bit smaller. Yes, I'm using scissors. Whoops. Okay. Thanks, Sarah. I noticed you're doing a meal tonight. Now, if you're watching this in the UK, Sarah will be live at 11 p.m. It's quite late. Usually that's the time I'm going to bed, but I usually can watch usually half an hour. Look at that big piece of carrot there. Let's get rid of this one. This smells really good. I hope you've got a notepad. I hope you are writing down the recipe. Hello, Caroline. Caroline's in the house. So just to recap then, just for Caroline. So we've put some lamb mince into the pan. We've chopped up carrots, and I'm using shallots instead of onions. Okay, we've just added. We're up to that stage so far. We've put the pasta into some hot boiling water, and that's cooking, and that shouldn't take too long. The next thing we're going to do then is add some tomato puree, not the tomatoes. This is different. Tomato puree, and we're going to add some garlic. But we just want them carrots to soften down a bit, as well as the carrots. It's a bit like making shepherd's pie, but with pasta. Yeah, and you can always change it for anything else. So you could use beef mince if you wanted to. You could use onions, as I say, or any other sort of flavours. But I want these carrots to soften out. You could use other veggies as well. This smells really, really nice. How are you, Caroline? Having a nice day. So with the pasta, that only takes 12 minutes. Well, I say 12 minutes. Probably a lot longer than that. But it is in boiling water, so once that's cooked, I'll turn that off, drain the water, and then pop the lid over it. What time is it over there, Sarah? Is it still quite early? I'm trying to think of the time difference. Maybe think what you might be doing. Maybe you're having your lunch, or I know you said you're going to the vet. Okay, I'm going to give it another minute, and then we'll add the garlic. So I'm going to use 2 cloves of garlic instead of 1. And the reason for that is because I can't remember the exact amount of tomatoes that go in this dish. Well, go in the recipe. It just says carton. Now, usually a carton is like a tin carton, or so it's usually 400 grams. But I like it a bit more fiery, and that's what garlic does. It brings out more flavour. Sometimes they send you the large, big garlics, and these are quite small. So if you have a look, these are quite small. So if you've got small garlic, definitely double up the amount of garlic you're using. I think a lot of times when people cook, they go for recipe, and they don't see that garlic has quite a lot of. It's quite intense. This garlic. You either like it or you don't. But it does make a massive difference to your meals. Sometimes you can taste it, sometimes you can't. So, okay, the pasta's really boiling now. No worries, Sarah. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you can watch on the replay. And thank you for your rewards. Okay, let's add in some garlic. So I've got a garlic press. I'm going to put straight 2 of these garlic into my... Actually, I'll do it individually because I don't think it's falling out. So fresh garlic's going in. Give that a mix. And then the second garlic's going in. It smells really nice. Don't waste any garlic, get it all off. I'm using a wooden spoon to get my garlic off, but I know Pampered Chef's garlic press has its own miniature brush, I think, to take the garlic off. I think Alexis can confirm that for me. It smells really nice. Okay, so we're going to add some tomato puree. Oh. Hopefully I can get the tomato puree out. It seems to have stuck. Give me a second, guys. Oops. Seems to have come out the other end. Look. That's where you would normally take the garlic and the tomato puree out, but it's come out the other end instead. So let's put a bit of that in. So we're going to add some tomato puree. And let's mix that in. Wash my hands. Thank you, Alexis. Yeah. So let's mix this in. So we've added the garlic and the tomato puree, and this is what's going to create a sort of ragu. What I would probably have done actually is added grated carrot instead of whole carrots to this. Because the carrots, you need to obviously make sure the carrots are nice and soft. And in a pan, they're going to take longer. I'm going to add a bit more tomato puree in this. I've used quite a lot of this. Although I want to save some because I want to actually make a pizza. I don't think I'm going to have enough. I've got some leftover Greek yogurt, or natural yogurt, I think it is. Okay, so we've had onions, carrots, garlic, and tomato puree and cooked, and we're going to stir this for 1 minute. I think I'm going to add some more actually. We're going to be adding tomato puree in anyway, but let's add a bit more in. To come out the other end, because even though I had the lid on this tomato puree, the other end has sealed itself up. Probably because the lid wasn't on properly. You're back. That's it. The rest is a small cleaning brush. Yep, so tomato puree. Even though my pan's hot, I just turned it up slightly. I don't eventually need to turn it up. So this looks creating the ragu with the meat. It smells really nice. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is add the chopped tomatoes. So let's add the chopped tomatoes. Let me check this. Yep. So in goes the chopped tomatoes, just like that. It smells really nice. So we're going to add some cinnamon to this. Let's mix all this in. I remember making this last time, and the picture actually doesn't really do it that much justice, because underneath that pasta you've got all the flavour and the sauce, and it is a lot better than the picture, trust me. Okay, so we're going to add some cinnamon. So we'll add a tablespoon of cinnamon. So yeah, you might not think to add cinnamon to a pasta dish. So just put some cinnamon in there, a little bit more, not too much. That's quite strong, but it's nice. So yeah, tomatoes and cinnamon. I know, it's a bit different with lamb. Really different. I'll turn this pan back up. So give all that a mix. And then we're going to add in some water. So you want 150 millilitres of water. So let's add the water in, just like that. Let me check the pasta. The pasta's looking good. We're going to mix all this in, and that should help the carrots as well soften a little bit more. So yeah, a very different combination of flavours. But I remember having this last time and it was really delicious. So you could make this yourself and have this with anything. You don't have to have it with pasta. You could have it with something else. So I've turned this back up, so fingers, it should start to simmer in a bit. We're going to add some more salt and pepper. So we add some salt and pepper to this. Well, we're going to be adding more sugar into this actually in a minute. So we add some pepper. Hopefully you can see this as well as I can see it. It smells really good. I can smell the cinnamon. Okay, and we're going to add a pinch of sugar. A pinch of sugar. Put a sugar in there as well. Okay, it's starting to simmer now. Let's give that a mix. I think the pasta's done. So, pasta's there. I'm going to drain that out. Smells really good, guys. So here's our rigatoni. There's the rigatoni pasta. So I'm going to pop that to one side. So a little taste, check it's all cooked. Cooks through. Yeah, that is perfect. Now, did you know there is different sauces and techniques to how pasta is So in Italy, you do that different shaped pastas. They're not just because they're different shapes. They have a purpose to the Italian dish that you're having. So let me just pop this pasta to one side. I can taste the cinnamon because I had cinnamon on the spoon. So we're cooking, if you're just joining the Cycleman, thanks for coming in. We're doing a cinnamon lamb ragu with rigatoni, and we're going to add some cheese. But you would normally have this with feta. So now it says bring to a simmer and cook, stirring occasionally until it's thick and tomatoey for 15 to 20 minutes. So we're gonna this won't be ready for another 10 minutes at least. So I can put the lid on this if I wanted to. The pasta, I say, is ready, but what we're going to do is we can drizzle with, we need to drizzle with some oil. So we're going to add some oil to the rigatoni in here, and this will stop it from sticking. So add some oil, make sure it's healthy oils. Look at this, guys, it does smell really nice. If you're the sort of person that cooks spaghetti bolognese quite a lot, then this is the recipe for you, because it's pasta with sauce, but you're making your sauce, everything's fresh, everything is cooked fresh. So we add the oil, okay. Let me just grab my other spoon. I'm going to put the lid over this. So there's the rigatoni. I'm going to put the lid over it, pop that to one side, so it's ready. Stir it occasionally. I feel hungry just by looking at it. Well, you can try this yourself if you are. Where are you, the Psycho Man? Which country are you in? Are you in the US or are you in the UK? Or if you're in the US and the UK, you can get a discount to try these recipes yourself and have everything delivered. Do let me know in the chat. Are you in India? Oh wow! I bet your food's amazing in India. I do make a few Indian dishes, but we've not done any Indian dishes for a while. Definitely something new. Okay, so everything's nearly ready. I can put the lid on this. Let me put the lid on this for 5 minutes. That should just speed up the simmering process. Okay, I've turned the pan back down though because it'll keep all the heat in. So that's the great thing about these pans. This is a Crusade pan. Now I know they're not. They are pretty. What's the word I'm looking for? The good quality, and I'm lucky to have them. That's basically what I'm saying. But you can get similar pans like this from Alexis. So if Alexis wants to give some emojis up, then follow Alexis and she can sort you out with some quality pans from Pampered Chef, which is amazing. So do hit. Well, obviously you can't if you're only in the US. Then and Sarah as well. I should say that. Yes, Sarah, you're doing Pampered Chef now as well. So I think that's right, isn't it, Sarah? You're doing Pampered Chef as well. So anyone you can get in touch with. It certainly does. I certainly agree. Ever since using these pans, they've been a lot better for food. They cook quicker, and you taste more. There are more flavors. Even in you might make the same food, but if you do them in different pan, it heats up the pan quicker. It cooks a lot quicker as well. So anyway, last thing then we need to do on our recipe is to do the prep. So I've got some fresh parsley. I've taken a few of these. This is my fresh parsley here. So we're going to take a few of these parsley leaves, chop these up. Well, actually some of them don't need chopping up. Just take the leaves and put them over the top at the end. Okay, and then we're gonna take some cheese and we're gonna grate some cheese onto the top. But we're gonna use this. I got this from IKEA, and I think Pampered Chef do something similar, where you just put the cheese in, and it will grate up the cheese for you. So manually, if you just turn this round, and it will grate the cheese up. So we can do that straight over the dish. So yeah, Sarah's doing a party this week. So if there's anybody that wants any pans, new kitchen tools, go on a spending spree. Treat yourself to something. Treat yourself to something that you can have for life, rather than something where you go down to you might go to the supermarket or the shop and think, well, I'll have that, and then it breaks in a couple of days. Buy some quality stuff. Treat yourself. If you like cooking and you find you're going to be doing more cooking on apps or online, new recipes, and you want to, it's not just about having an item to cook with. It's about investing in yourself. I think you are investing in yourself, because you're not just on the skill side of doing a business. You're learning how to cook new things, and that changes your whole way of life, I think, because you feel better with yourself. You might make choices where you think, I'm happy to, say, go out when we can go out. For me, I'd like to, when I go traveling, is go and look for lots of different new spices and new foods, and see what they're eating and how they make it and that sort of thing. So, food can really, really connect with a lot of things in your life. So yeah, do it. I would totally do it. So yeah. So a couple more minutes just for this. Let's give this a stir. I'm sure you all agree. So you see how this is. Look at this, guys. This is looking nice. I can smell the cinnamon, and them carrots are softening down. This just smells really good. Oh my gosh, this smells really good. Everything's all the flavors have infused. I'm just gonna give it another couple more minutes. We'll do another 5 minutes again. Sometimes the pan burns itself if it's not very good. Yeah, and that's another thing as well. And one thing we found out was how you clean your pans can affect the quality, because I think most people don't realise that when they clean the pans, you're taking off the coating on the pans, which then means your pans are wrecked, basically. So that's why whenever you buy new pans, they might last you a couple of days or weeks, months, and then if you're cleaning them forcefully, that's why you've got to be really careful. I think if you buy some quality pans, you're less likely to corrode the pans. You look after them more. I'm sure Alexis agrees with me. We found that one out anyway, didn't we? We were wondering why my pans weren't working. So, and second-hand pans are not good either. You might think they're okay, but it depends on the quality of them. I mean, if they've been used and you don't know how they've been used. So when you buy them yourself, hello knowledge, when you buy them yourself, when they're new, you're more likely to look after them. I know I'm very fortunate to have these pans, so, but it means I can show you how to cook good food, the food that I like to cook, or new foods, but you can get something similar. Okay, so we're nearly ready, guys. So I'm just going to get some bowls. Or, yeah, I would serve these in bowls rather than a plate. And I'm going to put one in a large sauce, one in a large bowl, and one in a smaller bowl. You can see that. So just to show you how this looks. So what we're going to do then, it says taste the lamb sauce and season with salt and pepper to taste. Add a splash of water if you feel it needs it. So let's have a little taste then. This is looking good. Very, very hot. Look at this, guys. What do you think? So let's have a little taste. You can have a taste of the carrot as well. Then we're going to get some parsley, and we're going to get some bit of pasta. Let me check the pasta as well. Check it's not. Let's have a little taste of this sauce with the carrot. Oh my gosh, that is really good. I'm going to add a little bit more salt in though. The carrots are not too bad. They're not raw. sort of in between. But I knew that because I made the carrots slightly bigger, didn't I? So I knew it would take a bit longer. Plus, we've still got another couple minutes left as well for this to be ready. But we can leave that on. Okay. Do we have any questions, anybody at all? Anything about this dish or any other dishes that... Any questions? I'm going to get some cheese ready as well. So this looks like on the picture. So I'm just going to give it 2 more minutes and then this will be ready. So thank you everybody that has come in and give awards. Thank you everybody that shared this broadcast. If you want to take part in Salad Saturday, then let me know or let Alexis know. We can add you to the list for this coming Saturday. I'm going to be live from 8 a.m. Eastern time, so I could be the first one on. I think it's 8 o'clock. So 9, 10, 11, yeah, 1 o'clock British time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm going to be making a Santa Fe salad, which is actually a simply cooked recipe with some flavour pots. And I think it involves chicken, I think it's like chicken. I can't remember the meat, but there is meat with it as well. So I'm looking forward to that. If anybody wants to go and if anyone's stuck for ideas for a salad, then you could always make what's called a ploughman's lunch. A ploughman's is a British salad. And if anybody wants to do that one, I would love to watch that because I think you'd really like a ploughman's. But it does involve, it's more of like a lunch feast, a bit like tapas in Spain, where they have small amounts of everything. It's sort of like that. But that's kind of what a salad is. You know, a salad is a mixture of different vegetables, fruits. You know, like a banquet, isn't it? But a healthy one. So thank you, Darby. Oh, yeah, Darby's going to be live. I think Sarah's going to be doing this as well. Knowledge, would you like to take part in Salad Saturday? So this is nearly done, guys. Let me check on the pasta. So all the heat's being let in there. Let's just give that a mix. So this is the last thing that goes on, I'm pretty certain. Let me just check. So taste the lamb sauce and season with salt and pepper. Add a splash of water if you feel it needs to. Stir in the drained... Oh, we're going to stir the pasta in. I know that's something we haven't done. So we're going to stir in the pasta. This is where it gets... Look at this. Oh, wow. So this is the exact proportion. So we're going to stir in the pasta. I should have used the bigger pan, really. Now I'm definitely making you hungry, aren't I? You're all thinking, right, I'm going to be making pasta. I've not made pasta for ages. Let me know if you've ever made fresh pasta before. I once did make pasta. It was a very long time ago. But you've got to have all the kit for it. I think Christine did some fresh pasta once on Periscope a while ago. But... So this is just heating up the pasta as well. But it should already be hot. Look at this, guys. What do we think? If you're just listening to me, Alexis, come in quickly and look at this. Because this looks amazing. Oh, look at that, guys. That's looking really nice. Okay, so we're going to put this into some plates and then we're going to sprinkle some cheese on the top. So I've got a special tool. Well, normally I use it for... It is for pasta, really, but yeah, let's use this. The pasta spoon, usually for spaghetti bolognese, but it should work with this. So we're going to put our pasta in here. Oh yes, look at this, guys. Yum, 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 yum. So that's one. Let's do the second one. Should turn this off. Should turn the other one off as well. Forgot to turn that up. So you can make as much as you want. You can always... I don't think pasta freezes very well. So if you're ever doing this and you think, oh, I want to freeze some of this, I would do half the pasta, but make the sauce and freeze the sauce. And then make your pasta's so simple to cook. So that is quite a big... That is quite a big... Let me just move this down. So here's our pasta. There's so much of it. Oh my gosh. Now we're going to put some parsley on here. I'll do the parsley. Actually, we'll do the parsley last. We're going to take some cheese. So we've got some little cheeses here. And we're going to put some cheese in here. I don't know if you can see this. You can't see this. You will see that, everyone. Let's put some cheese on. I'll do it that way. Let's do the other one. I think I'm going to need some more cheese. Oh, it's falling out, so sometimes it just falls in. I think that's enough, actually. As long as it... So let me know what you think, guys. Okay, we're going to add some parsley. Some parsley leaves on the top. And then we are done. Might not be able to see the leaves, but I will show you in just a second. Just pulling the leaves off. Oh, look at that, guys. What do we think? What do we think? Add a few more parsley leaves on. They just make it look really fancy. And it brings out a little bit of flavour as well. Or you can put some mixed herbs on the top if you wanted to. So there we have it. So that is a cinnamon lamb ragu with rigatoni and feta. Well, not feta, with just cheddar cheese. So thank you all for watching, everybody. I shall be back on tomorrow. We'll be making lamb harissa tacos, I think. Yeah, tacos. So I shall see you then. Take care, everybody. Thank you all for watching. And I shall see you tomorrow, or if not, on another broadcast. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you all for the awards. Take care, everybody. Bye.